The cake was melting when they told me. 18 candles sagging, wax pooling like something dying quietly on a plate, my name still written in frosting. Then my mother said it, soft, apologetic, practiced. We'll celebrate another time. My sister was screaming upstairs. Tantrum, doors slamming, the sound they always ran toward. I stood there, already an adult by law, and watched my childhood end without ceremony. That was the moment I stopped being their son and became a witness. I used to believe our house was balanced. Not perfect, but stable. I was the easy one. The reliable one, good grades, no trouble, no noise. My sister was the storm, loud emotions, fragile moods, needs that filled every room. I learned early that love in our family was a limited resource. I learned to survive on leftovers. Still, I trusted them. I believed effort mattered, that milestones mattered. 18 felt important, a line in the sand, proof that I existed too. I bought the cake myself. 2. The red flags were never loud. They never are? A birthday, maybe? A sigh when I asked about guests, my father checking his phone while I spoke. They'd cancel plans for her crisis. Shift attention mid-sentence. Forget things I mentioned twice. I told myself it was temporary. That families bend, not break. But every time she cried, something of mine disappeared. Time, space. Celebration. I didn't realize I was being erased, slowly, politely. When my mother finally said my birthday would be postponed, not canceled. They never say the honest word. I felt something click into place. Not anger, clarity. I saw the pattern hole for the first time. Every sacrifice had my name on it. Every compromise leaned one direction. I looked at my parents' faces, relieved, as if the problem had solved itself. I smiled, nodded, carried the cake back to the fridge. That night, while my sister sobbed into their arms, I packed. 2. Silence became my weapon. I didn't confront them, didn't argue, didn't cry. I gathered documents, birth certificate, bank statements from the account my grandmother had helped me open. I transferred what was mine, only what was mine. I called a friend whose couch had always been offered as a joke. It wasn't a joke anymore. I updated my address on forms they'd never read. Every move was clean, legal. They didn't notice. They never noticed when I moved carefully. 2. I left on a Tuesday morning. No note, no drama, just absence. By the time they realized my room was empty, I was already building a life that didn't require permission. I blocked nothing. I wanted them to see. The calls came first, confused, annoyed, then panicked. They needed me. Not emotionally, logistically. I was the one who paid bills online, who handled paperwork, who translated silence into stability. My sister couldn't do that. She didn't have to. Their perfect life started cracking without me. Late fees, missed deadlines, arguments over things I used to fix quietly. I watched from a distance, not with glee, with confirmation. My mother left voicemails that sounded smaller each time. My father texted like a man realizing too late who carried the weight. They asked me to come home, not apologized, asked. I didn't answer. The showdown came a month later, when they showed up at my friend's place unannounced. My sister stayed in the car. They looked tired, disorganized, human in a way I'd never seen. My mother cried. My father tried authority. I listened. Then I spoke. I told them I wasn't angry, that I understood their choices perfectly. I told them canceling my birthday wasn't the problem. It was the evidence. I told them I'd grown up alone in a full house, that I'd learned self-sufficiency from neglect, not support. I told them I wasn't punishing them. I'm just not compensating anymore. Silence hit them harder than shouting ever could. 2. They asked what they could do. I told them nothing. No ultimatums, no demands. Just consequences. I stood there calm, steady, 18 and unburdened, and realized the power had shifted without a single raised voice. They left with nothing fixed. For the first time, they carried the mess themselves. 2. I celebrated my birthday 2 months late, with people who showed up, with a cake that didn't melt untouched. No candles felt heavier than the first. Sometimes I still hear my sister screaming in memory. Sometimes I still hear my mother saying another time. But now, when I think of that kitchen, that sagging cake, I don't feel small. I feel finished. They built a life that revolved around one child. I simply stepped out of its gravity. And without me holding it together, their perfect life finally collapsed under its own noise.